16 things you should never ever do in Japan. Before we start, the best way to support us is to subscribe to our channel. Thank you! Japan is opening up. We do see a lot more travelers now than before. If you're traveling around Japan, you want to save some money, you should get the JR Pass. You get unlimited access to all the JR lines, including the bullet train. We've got all the links below, check them out. When we visit other countries, we should really respect their rules. Even if you disagree with them, we should follow them anyway because we are in their country. Here are 16 things you should be mindful of. Number 1, avoid hot or smelly food on train. You really shouldn't eat any food on public transport, even though they don't have explicit signs for that sometimes. But for long train rides like the Shinkansen, you are allowed to eat food. Try not to get really hot food or food that other people can smell. What if the food smells great? I know it sounds strange, but what smells delicious to you may not be delicious to someone else. That's why a lot of Japanese people always eat cold bento boxes because they don't give out any smell. Number 2, wear a mask indoor. This could be temporary, but right now almost everybody wears a mask indoor. If you're outdoor and there's nobody around, you can probably take off your mask, but about 90% of the people still wear masks outdoor. Hopefully that will change soon. Number 3, carry your own garbage bag. If you can't find a garbage can in certain areas of Japan, you should keep the garbage to yourself until you can find a garbage can, or you carry it all the way back to your hotel to dispose it. Don't throw any garbage on the streets under any circumstances. Number 4, keep your backpack in the front. If you're on a crowded train, you should definitely keep your backpack in the front because when you have it on your back, sometimes you don't realize that it's hitting people all over the place. You have better control of it if it's in the front. Number 5, keep quiet on public transport. Don't talk on the phone. If you want to communicate, text. Always keep your phone on silent or vibrating mode. Number 6, when you arrive at a restaurant, always wait for the host to seat you. Don't barge inside the restaurant even if it's empty. Number 7, always ask for the dress code when you go anywhere. For example, to a restaurant or to an event. Japanese people are very particular when it comes to dress codes. I know it sounds kind of annoying. You're on vacation, you just want to be casual. I guess just be a bit more mindful, especially when you go to nicer places. Number 8, when you go to a fancier restaurant such as a kaiseki restaurant, don't wear heavy perfume because it could actually affect other people's taste buds. Number 9, when you pay for a meal or merchandise, you'll probably find a tray next to the cash register, so put your money or credit card on the tray. Don't put it on the table or in their hands. Number 10, sometimes when there's a long queue, it could get a little bit confusing. If you're not sure where the end of the queue is, always ask. Don't assume because you could interrupt a queue and not realize it. Number 11 is a little bit more complicated, but it is an unspoken rule in Japan. The invisible queue. Even if you don't see a queue, there's always a queue in the heads of Japanese people. For example, when you arrive at a bus stop, there's no queue, but you're the 4th person to arrive. When the bus arrives, make sure to allow the first 3 people to go in first before you do, because the 3rd person knew exactly who the 1st and 2nd person were, and the 2nd person knew exactly who the 1st person was. Even though there's no queue, they know exactly who's supposed to go 1st, 2nd, 3rd, etc. They all have the exact order sequence in their heads. Even if the bus stops right in front of you, be mindful not to rush inside. If you're the 4th person to arrive, then you should be the 4th person to get on. Number 12, don't squat on the toilet. Because Japanese people, they do sit on the toilet. They usually sanitize it, then sit on it, so if you step on the toilet lid, it'll get dirty. If you want to go to the bathroom without touching the bathroom, that's okay too, but make sure you clean your droplets afterwards. Number 13, walk straight, especially in residential areas, because there are a lot of cyclists in Japan and sometimes they ride quite fast. The cyclists expect the pedestrians to walk straight, so if you sway left or right, they could crash into you. Number 14, always wear socks. Because certain attractions in Japan, for example, a castle, or sometimes restaurants may require you to take off your shoes. They may or may not have slippers, so it's better to walk in socks rather than bare feet. Number 15, when you go to an onsen or hot spring, don't take photos. Nobody wants their naked bodies on the background of some Instagram photo. Always take a shower before an onsen and don't swim. Don't wear your own towel because it could leave lint in the onsen water, which could contaminate it. Don't wear a bra or underwear. I've actually seen that before. Don't bring your own drinks inside the onsen. You can drink afterwards. They actually have vending machines with milk and drinks. And no talking loudly in the onsen. People want to relax. Number 16, be patient. In general, Japanese people are very peaceful and kind. They may be a little bit shy when it comes to speaking English, so just be patient. I know some of the rules may seem just a little bit out there, but we are visiting their country. They are, in general, very nice people, so let's respect their culture. These are just our opinions and observations. Have fun in Japan!